So big fight this Saturday, but a different fight to the one you were expecting. How do you feel about the sort of late change there?
It is what it is. Kind of half expected it anyway. A few people had said it to me in the build-up that they didn't think Gomez would make the fight, but I didn't listen. I'm diligently prepared, obviously, like I did, like a professional. I was ready to fight him, obviously, but I'm ready to fight anyone at this point in my career. Eddie will tell you the opponents that were mentioned for Saturday night, all the ones that I said yeah to, shows that I really mean it. People will say that they fight anyone, but don't really mean it. I do. And yeah, on Saturday we've got a tough test in Alex Murphy, I believe, than Gomez. But like I said, it's all on me. I prepared well. I believe this version of me beats all of them. So I look forward to Saturday.
And do you think the Gomez fight comes back around for you if you're successful on Saturday, or has he had his chance now?
No, to be fair, this is like you just said, this is a harder fight. It's a tougher fight. Everyone's saying it. So really, from this, I'll move on and he can go back to the smaller shows, really.
And obviously, two very different fighters. Have you had to change your approach, or has it just come to a point where it's like, you feel ready, you haven't had to adjust too much for Murphy?
No, not really. Like I said, I've just I've prepared well for the last sort of 8, 10, 12 weeks. I was out in America with Jack in Philly, got some great sparring out there early on in camp. Then came here, continued the hard work, and I'm prepared, I'm ready. It doesn't matter who's in front of me, as long as I do my job.
And how special is it as a local fighter? Obviously, Manchester Arena has its great boxing history, Ricky Hatton, Anthony Crolla, Michael Gomez Sr., just some of the names that have fought there. What's it like fighting in that building, and are you excited to do so this Saturday?
Yeah, I've got fond memories there myself, fighting, and also fond memories of going there as a young kid, obviously watching all the big names like you mentioned earlier, fighting there. It's a great city, it's a great fighting city, it's the best city in the world in my opinion, and one of the best arenas to fight in as well. And yeah, our gym, like you said, we've got Jack on, obviously the main event, Pat Brown's on, Alfie Middlemiss, myself. We've got a few others in the gym that aren't on this time, but there will be in the future probably. And long may it continue, Manchester boxing's flying at the moment, and we're at the forefront of it, and I look forward to being a part of it all the way through my career, hopefully.
And I did want to ask about that gym. Obviously, Jamie, Nigel, an incredible roster of fighters. You mentioned some there. Obviously, Dave Allen just coming off a massive success against Johnny Fisher. What's it like working in that environment, surrounded by incredible boxers? Yeah,
it's great. We all push each other. We all work hard, but obviously we get to have the crack as well. Everyone's having fun too. It's always easy going to work when you love it, isn't it? So, and Jamie and Nigel, obviously, the headmasters, and they're good at cracking the whip and making us work. And yeah, like you said, we all push each other, and it's great gym to be a part of. But it's always good to compete with each other and sort of try and outdo each other all the time too. So it's a healthy competition, but it's good, yeah.
And I've always wondered, in a gym with so many strong personalities in there, both trainers and fighters like yourselves, who controls the stereo in there? Whose tunes is it normally?
It's Nigel. It's all about Nigel. Even like Saturday night, it's all about Nigel. Literally. But
what's he putting on? What does he play?
To be fair, it's the same playlist every single day. Off the top of my head, he loves the old school stuff. He loves the dance, and he hates like the rap stuff that we put on sometimes. If we get hold of the speaker, he's like, oh no. But yeah, it's always Nigel.
And obviously, you mentioned again Pat Brown, somebody that I think everyone is very, very excited about. I'm very aware that he is somewhere just behind me. He's had a great start, came to your gym with a lot of hype. I think the fact he chose your gym as well was obviously a massive deal. What do you think of seeing the early stages of Pat Brown as a pro?
Yeah, I've known Pat. We was in the amateurs together, me and Pat, we was the same age group, so in the championships and stuff, we always seen each other, and he's always been the same. He's always been that tough, rugged, hard man, and I feel like he's grown obviously so much since we were younger, obviously, and then now at this weight I feel like he's a different beast. I feel like he'll be in some really exciting fights. I feel like he's ready now, to be honest with you. They've got kind of holding back, in my opinion, if I was managing his career, but he's ready, he's chomping at the bit to get in there in them big fights, and I'm excited to see what he will do, because I believe he beats the majority of them now, to be honest with you.
And on this card, Leo Atang as well, a very successful amateur making that transition to the pros. As someone who's done that yourself, what advice would you give a fighter like Leo as he makes that step up?
Take your time. You don't rush anything. I feel like with Leo, obviously, there's a lot of pressure. People talking, big game. And listen, he's the real deal. I've seen him. He boxed one of our amateurs in the national finals and beat him. But I feel like Leo they're comparing him to the likes of AJ and them guys. I feel like he's a little bit younger when he's turned over. So in my opinion, take your time, don't rush anything, have a good team, which I think he has. And yeah, just take your time.
And for yourself, obviously not a case of looking past Murphy. This is more a broader question. Looking at the European scene, the world scene, if you could pick maybe one or two people out there where you're like, this is a fight I want in my future, maybe not immediately, but fights you're maybe looking at 1 or 2 years down the line, who stands out to you as someone you'd like to get in with?
You know what, the lightweight division, the super featherweight division are flying. There's a few fights, obviously. I would love to win the British title. I would love to win the European title as well before taking it to world level. And yeah, that's the plan, hopefully. Whoever's got them belts at the time, we'll have to face them. I don't care who it is, to be honest with you, because I believe on my night I can beat anyone.
And I think I know who you're going to pick as the winner of the night's main event, Jack Catterall against Harlem Eubank. But how do you think he does it? How do you see the fight playing out?
I think the way Jack's prepared, obviously, like I said, we've pushed ourselves out of our comfort zones this camp, out in America and stuff like that. He's prepared very well. And I think he knows more than just the preparation. He knows that he needs a big performance, and I believe he will perform big. And I feel like he'll get Eubank out there.
Okay, and just finally, I wanted to throw it forwards to next weekend. Obviously, a fight that everyone is going to be talking about: Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, 2 very close fights in the first two. How do you see the third one going?
I feel like Katie Taylor's an icon. I was there obviously when Chantal boxed her. I would love Katie Taylor to get the win. Yeah, it's big for the UK, isn't it?
Great stuff. Aqib Fiaz, thank you.
Nice one.